Hello everybody, and today we are going to be reviewing the iPhone 6 after 8 years. The iPhone 6 was released in 2014, and yes, it's not yet 9 years old. But this iPhone was released in September of 2014. So it's not yet 99 years old. And you might notice, or you might not, this iPhone is has a silver housing but has a black screen. That you don't get that option when you're ordering or buying the iPhone 6 from any place. This is actually a custom built iPhone. I want to change the back cover because it was bent. You remember the bend gate issue, right, with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, which mostly affected the 6 Plus. But that was a very big problem back then. And this iPhone's battery life is not that great. I mean, it as you can see, the volume just muted. I just didn't press anything because the person who has fixed this didn't install the volume button covers correctly, and it automatically presses down to mute. And what I was talking about, the battery life, when you get the iPhone 6 Plus brand new, that battery life is just great. But because this iPhone is 8 years old, its battery is a little bit degraded. So let me show you my battery health. So when I last checked, it was at 92%, and still it's at 92%, which is okay for an iPhone this old. I don't know if the battery was replaced or anything. This iPhone was second hand, and then I just replaced the back cover. I wanted to be a little bit more custom and cool, and I also replaced the screen with the back cover, and this screen protector that I removed was a bit annoying. It was just a very thick piece of glass that I just removed. And basic iPhone headphone jack, that's good. USB-C port and 2 screws, and the speaker, only a single speaker, this is okay. And you've got the Apple classic stuff at the back. The text, you don't get it now. The iPhone logo, it's not a logo. And the Apple logo, flashlight, and the camera. This iPhone actually was the first iPhone to have a camera bump. As you can see, it's a little camera bump, and it has an LED light, of course, and that tiny microphone in the middle. This iPhone's pretty thin. It has curved sides instead of the flat ones you get with the iPhone 5S and the 5 and the other models before this, some. And this is very nice, the headphone jack. You don't get the headphone jack with newer iPhones, especially iPhones. This iPhone is just like a normal iPhone. Well, I updated it to iOS 12. It was already updated to iOS 12 when I bought it, but I really didn't want that. I wanted this iPhone. I actually wanted to buy an iPhone with iOS 8 installed on it, which was the iOS version, which would have been installed when you first shipped the iPhone. And this has a pretty basic 8 megapixel camera, and which is okay, which can record at 1080p at 30 frames per second. Let me just show you the camera. So here's how the camera looks like. It's like a bit like pixely and stuff, but it's an okay camera. I'm going to switch over to video. Same thing. You have 1080p at 30 frames per second, which is a very good resolution back then, but they still had 4K phones back then. And this home button, of course, has Touch ID, which was the second iPhone to feature Touch ID. And you got all the basic stuff on the iPhone. This iPhone was actually one of the best selling phones in history, and the iPhones, of course, best selling iPhones and best selling phones in history. This phone was so popular that people rushed out to buy this, and everything was just gone. This phone was so popular, and this phone feels pretty fast right now, but it's the fastest on iOS 8. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. This is the end of the video, and please subscribe and like. Don't forget to do that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.